Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About. And this time we're talking about SCP-933, or Duct Tape. Duct tape, common household item. Apparently that's an SCP. You have duct tape? Wielding one. I actually don't know, I've never read this one. Object class is Euclid, meaning it's not entirely understood, still poses a threat, and is overall just a big fat mystery. But, let's read. Special Containment Procedures SCP-933-02 and all affected subjects must be stored in a modified standard artifact containment unit that contains no electric components. All personnel guarding SCP-933-02 and affected subjects must be equipped with standard assault rifles, a high-caliber sidearm, Class 3 magnesium flares, with an active duration of no less than 20 minutes, and protective goggles. In the event of SCP-933-02 or any affected subjects escaping, all personnel are to activate their flares first and then don the protective goggles second. Maximum force is authorized to restore containment. SCP-933-01 is to be guarded in a manner identically to SCP-933-02 and the affected subjects. SCP-933-02 and the affected subjects have shown that they will always make their way directly to SCP-933-01. How they determine this path is unknown. Description: SCP-933-01 appears to be an innocuous roll of duct tape. Attempts to unroll it by non-affected personnel have proven ineffective. SCP-933-02 appears to be a man in a cloak who has absolutely no facial features. All affected subjects bear the same condition, but the rest of their bodies appear as they did before their incidents. While all affected subjects have identical behavior to SCP-933-02, none of them possess its formidable strength or resilience. Affected subjects have been terminated with no more force than it would take to kill an ordinary person. During Incident 933-004, SCP-933-2 sustained 57 bullet wounds before collapsing, which it healed from over the following 238 days. While in possession of SCP-933-01, SCP-933-02 will attempt to pin anyone it can perceive, going after closest targets first. Once SCP-933-02 has pinned a subject, it will unroll SCP-933-01 and place it over the subject's eyes, ears, nose, or mouth with no preference. It will then remove SCP-933-01, completely removing that facial feature. Autopsies have shown that the amount of damage is inconsiderable, with the affected feature being completely filled in with flesh and bone. SCP-933-02 will continue to do this until it is stopped or all facial features are removed, at which point the subject is to be treated the same as any other affected subjects. Subjects affected by SCP-933-01 will experience a strong compulsion to acquire SCP-933-01. This compulsion is augmented by an unexplained mechanism allowing them to locate SCP-933-01 at long distances. For reasons unknown, SCP-933-02 has shown that it is unable to perceive living things that are within 1 meter of a 100 lumen light source. This range increases with the brightness of the light source. SCP-933-02 has demonstrated that it can cause electronics to fail merely by being around them. This ranges from electronic lights losing power to electronic locks failing in the unlocked position. The extent of this ability is unknown. SCP-933-02 has never directly harmed any personnel, preferring to destroy their weapons and then make use of SCP-933-01. Addendum. Partial victims must never come into contact with SCP-933-01 and are to be transferred to any other facility immediately. All partial victims that have remained at the facility have become obsessed with the idea that if they could handle SCP-933-01, they could get their facial features back. In all cases, the subject merely finishes removing all their facial features. Transcript of the post-incident 933-02 interview of Agent Redacted. Dr. Redacted enters the room to interview Agent Redacted. How are you feeling? Who is that? It's me, Redacted. Oh, it's good to hear you again, I guess. How do you think I feel? I've lost my goddamn eyes. I'm gonna be stuck guarding 689 or some like that. I'm sorry, but you know how things work around here. Yeah, as long as we're useful, we do useful things. But it's worse than just that. Worse than losing all the time I put into sharpshooting. What really drives me nuts is that no one talks to me anymore. I'm talking to you. You have to. You're the one writing the report. It's like as soon as I lost my eyes, I stopped being a person. I'm serious. The only reason I haven't come to see you until now is all because of this damn paperwork. We'll still go to Redacted every other Friday. You'll just have to wear sunglasses. Sure we will. Doc, I've been thinking about the tape. It was the thing that took my eyes. It should still have them, right? Maybe if I could get my hands on it, I could get them back. No one else has been able to use it, but I'll make some calls and see what I can do. Thanks. That's the article. That's horrifying. I'm just imagining Dash 2, the cloaked one. I'm imagining him. I'm going to give the exact picture. I'm imagining this 7-foot tall person in a trench coat and a hat that like sticks to shadows, and if you lift the hat, there's just no face. And he just sticks you with the tape. God. Partial victims. That must be horrifying. Like, still being yourself, but like missing facial features. What would that feel like? Like the agent in the transcript, he lost his eyes. He still has everything else, but his eyes are just gone. He could still talk. That must be horrifying. Not only for the person seeing it, but for the person that it happened to. The tape takes facial features. My guess is that the tape can take anything, but it's only used for facial features by 933-2, the cloaked one. My guess is that the affected subjects, the complete victims, I'm gonna like the whole victims, the full victims. I'm gonna guess if they get their hands on the tape, they give it to the cloaked one. How many people are affected? They're all contained. How does it take it? Where does it take it? Like how does it okay, we'll use the agent as example. It took his eyes. How? I mean, it just kind of like peels off because they're like a wax strip, but where does it go? Is it just on there? Is that horrifying to think about? Yes. Dash 2 can't see living things when that are within a 1 meter of an 100 lumen light source. Meaning it has like dark vision, bright lights it can't see in. Granted, it shouldn't be able to see at all. So how does it see? That's the thing. If this got out, like the tape itself, I don't think people would realize. That's the thing. If this got out, is it really that much of an issue? It said that actually it would be that much of an issue. I'll explain why. But it said that unaffected people are unable to get any tape off of the roll. Meaning you have to be an affected person to get it. Meaning if it got out, it would just be like, oh, this tape is horrible. I can't get any off. Oh well, throw it in the trash. It's done. But it said that -2 and the affected ones are drawn to it, meaning they could possibly breach containment and then go for the tape and then it would be out there. Yeah, that's an issue. Though -2 heals like a normal person. Like 200, how many days was it? 238. 238 days to heal from 57 bullet wounds. That is not human. That is terrifying. The normal affected ones can just go down like any other human. How many affected ones are there? Huh. It's like a wax strip gone wrong. Huh. I don't I don't know what else to say about this. I kind of said my piece. This part. -2 never directly harmed any personnel without the tape. If he's without the tape, he's harmless. He just goes for the weapons. Make sure he's safe. And then if he gets his hands on the tape, that's when he goes after you. Showing that he doesn't want to kill, he wants to add to the affected. So -2 is some higher conscience. But I don't like that. Meaning it thinks. I do wonder what else the tape could disappear though. With, you know? Like what else could it get rid of? Could it get rid of a whole arm? I don't know. But I think I said my piece for this one. So yeah. Thank you all so much for listening / watching, whichever one you are currently doing. There's no picture for this one, so I can't really show you. But thank you all so much for paying attention. Please consider subscribing as it helps me with motivation and overall just makes me happier, which in turn makes better content for the future. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.